Our first stop when we arrived in Orlando was to visit one of 3 of the Harley-Davidson dealerships located within the city. And we all know, in order to have a successful benefit ride for any cause, you have to have strong sponsorship. And for the Pigs Against Pediatric Cancer, one of those strong sponsors is Orlando Harley-Davidson. They assisted with a delicious meal the night before the ride. They had live music and even a silent auction. They were also helping to raffle off a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. I was so impressed with their level of sponsorship and involvement that I wanted to learn more about their dealerships.
Orlando Harley-Davidson is part of a dealer group. We own 3 Central Florida dealerships and 1 dealership in New Hampshire, Laconia Harley-Davidson, which is home to America's oldest rally. Our owners, Steve and Ann Deely, have a very vested history with Harley-Davidson. Steve Deely was an investment banker from Dean Witter who founded backers to take Harley-Davidson global with their initial public offering back in 1986 and save Harley-Davidson from bankruptcy. And Ann Deely was the very first female vice president of global marketing for Harley-Davidson. The Iron Pigs approached Orlando Harley-Davidson a couple of years ago and gave us a little bit of the history of what their ride entailed and raffle entailed and how they supported Nemours Children's Hospital. I was blown away by the charisma of the chapter, by their passion, and when they explained their history, I was personally touched, and I took it to my management team and everybody rallied together and said, this is definitely worth Orlando Harley-Davidson's time, so we're proud to be a part of this. We'll be raffling off a 2019 Harley-Davidson Iron 883. Everybody knows that Harley-Davidson is synonymous with hogs, and here are the pigs and they're Iron Pigs, and I just thought that the Iron 883 was the perfect bike to help them accomplish their goal.
The day of the ride, I'd arrived early at the Nemours Children's Hospital, and after researching them through their social media sites, well, needless to say, I was very impressed with all that they were doing for our kids. So much so that I wanted to learn more.
Nemours Children's Hospital opened in October of 2012, so we are getting ready to celebrate our 7th birthday, and we provide pediatric subspecialty care. So we provide specialties that families used to have to travel to see our physicians, and now families don't have to. They can receive the best care for their children right in their backyard. We serve children from all ages, 0 to 18. You know, our kids are really incredible, and the families that get to come through there and we get to meet and be a part of their story. It's really, really incredible to be a part of this organization. We could not do what we do without philanthropic support. We are a nonprofit hospital and rely really heavily on community donations. So we need the community, and the Iron Pigs knew that. They watched that hospital go up. Many of them live right there in that Lake Nona community. So we were approached several years ago by the Iron Pigs Motorcycle Club and said, we want to do something to help. Said, what can we do? What can we do to make a mark? And we started small. We went raising $3,000 the first year, giving away a recliner, and then we gave away a TV and raised $13,000 the next year. Last year was our biggest year, raising $33,000 for pediatric cancer. And I know this year they're going to blow that out of the water. The most inspiring thing about working with this group of guys is that their passion is contagious. If anybody would like to get involved, you can visit our website at www.nemours.org/giveorlando.
Next, the question still lingered. What was the trigger that really got the Iron Pigs Motorcycle Club involved with Nemours Children's Hospital? Then I learned it was born out of a very difficult circumstance involving Ponch's sister, Kelly.
Well, we actually got involved with this benefit ride 6 years ago. My sister was actually diagnosed with brain cancer. And she was, 36 years old. And we're like, she's so young, and she's got a family. And we were like, what can we do for her? And so we put a little benefit ride together here locally, just to help out with the bills, to, cover anything. At the time, she was, off of work and stuff. And it was just a real aggressive cancer, kind of rare. And within, an 8-month period, they actually took her. So, one of the last things she told me after we put the ride together, she actually flew down and she rode on the back of my bike and rode this ride, got to meet all our brothers, everybody that came out, and just had a great time. And she's like, you know what you're doing to give back, keep doing something. Don't let this just die. Continue to do something. So shortly after she passed, that was in my mind. I got to continue to do something. So we reached out to Nemours Children's Hospital and hooked up with Nemours and said, hey, what can we do? What better way to do it is to fight, the battle against cancer than at pediatric cancer. So let's help the kids. Let's do what we can to raise money and, help them out. So that's how we got involved, and it just kept growing from there. Each year it's gotten bigger and bigger and more awareness, and, it's great. So.
Back outside, I heard a familiar sound in the distance. That sound was meant for those precious children upstairs fighting the good fight. It was a sound of encouragement and hope, and that more support and more money and more awareness was on the way. For the Iron Pigs Motorcycle Club was about to arrive at the Nemours Children's Hospital. And we had members who showed up from all over this great country. Orlando's favorite meteorologist, Tom Sorrells, who was the grand marshal for the ride, provided us with a great on-the-air forecast for this event. After the Iron Pigs arrived, many others from the motorcycle community joined in for this great cause, and even though Florida had several other motorcycle events occurring on this day, including International Female Ride Day, we still had an incredible turnout, as well as our share of female riders to support the benefit. A big thank you to the Nemours staff, as well as other volunteers who helped get everyone registered. A quick photo with Mark Oz Geist, the former U.S. Marine and member of the Annex security team that fought the Battle of Benghazi, Libya in 2012. As you recall, that event was made into a movie called 13 Hours. Oz has supported this ride for several years now. Then the command was given to go to the bikes. It's about time to get this ride underway. One of the most touching moments of my day was when I observed Iron Pig members waving to those precious children who no doubt had their noses pressed against the glass, looking out over the sea of motorcycles. The waving was our way of saying, you're not alone, we care, and for you to never, ever quit. Never give up. Keep fighting the good fight. And to their families, take heart. Remain steadfast and determined. And now, time to roll out. And some 5 minutes later, all 200 plus motorcycles were on the road. The event will end here at Ace Cafe, another huge sponsor who will be feeding everyone at the completion of the ride. And after about an hour and 40 minutes, I again heard that familiar sound. And though it had been a fairly long, hot and muggy ride, everyone was still in great spirits. And due to the awesome participation, It took a few minutes to get all the bikes inside the parking lot. But no problem, within a matter of minutes, all were inside, enjoying great fellowship and a great meal. Clay was able to catch up with some of our dear friends from Ohio.
Oh yeah.
And oh, the Harley Davidson that was raffled off? But that was won by my dear friend Shorty from Texas. That's him surrounded by the St. John's River chapter. Congratulations, Shorty. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. A big thank you to the St. John's River chapter of the Iron Pigs for hosting this great benefit ride, as well as a fantastic weekend here in Orlando. And to our sponsors, well, without you, this would be impossible. Feel free to share this content with anyone and everyone to help spread awareness of the good work that Nemours is doing for our children. Also, if you're not at the motorcycle ride and you'd still like to make a donation, you can do so by going to their website, www.nemours.org/Give Orlando. And on a final note, last year, 2018, this ride raised over $33,000. This year, 2019, the goal was to raise at least $40,000. Well, I'm happy to report that this ride benefited some $46,000. A big thank you to all those who participated and made this possible. Well, time for me to head northbound. Until next time, be well and stay safe.